Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kansas City Irish Fest Fiddle Workshop. My name's Annie. I am a fiddler with a local band in Kansas City called Jump 2-3. And today we're going to be learning some beginner fiddle tunes. So I'm recommending 1 to 2 year experience to really get these tunes under your belt. But if you're a beginner and you just want to try it out, or if you don't play at all, you can just tag along for the ride and it'll be great. So today we're going to learn 2 beginner tunes. One is a light jig and one is a slip jig. So a light jig is probably a very famous tune that you've kind of already are familiar with. It's going to be counted in 6/8, and you can count it kind of like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the one we're going to learn. We're going to learn the swallowtail jig. That's our light jig. And we're also going to be working on a slip jig called the butterfly slip jig. That's a very popular tune. So let's begin. So I'm going to talk about bow hold for just a minute before we get started. Typically in classical music, you're going to be holding your bow something like this. In fiddle music, I kind of like to choke up. So I'm going to be holding my bow actually by the stick, and that gives me a little more control when I'm going a little faster. So if you want to try to choke up your bow hold for today, it does really actually help. And everything in fiddle playing is kind of like by your own choice, like what feels good to you and what do you want to do. So if you want to keep your bow hold down here, you can. If you want to choke up, that's what a lot of fiddlers do. And I'd recommend at least trying it out just to see if you like it. So let's start with the swallowtail jig. I'm not really going to hand out any sheet music because Irish tunes are kind of like a skeleton. You can definitely look up this sheet music and it'll give you the melody, but you're not really supposed to look at it and play exactly what's written. They kind of give you the skeleton of the music so that you can fill it in with your own ornamentation and your own style. So we're going to be learning this by ear so that it's easier to go back and start adding your own embellishments into it. It really makes a difference learning your tunes by ear instead of learning it with the sheet music. So we're going to try this one by ear. And if you need to look it up, it's called the swallowtail jig. And you can go on to thesession.org and type in the swallowtail jig and you'll find sheet music. Bear with me and try to learn it by ear first. Okay, so this is a beginner workshop. So I'm going to try to explain everything from the bare minimum ground up. So we're going to be learning a light jig. And a light jig is counted in 6/8 times. So if you're going to be counting it, this is kind of the easiest way I've found to count it is just with your hands, go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll kind of like get you the drive going in with this jig. So choking up all the way on my bow. I'm going to try to position my camera so you can see my fingers. I'm going to start with my one finger on my D. And we're going to start with this. So with a high 2, you're going to go 1, high 2, 3, 1, 1. Try that just a few times. 1, high 2, 3, 1, 1. We're in E minor if anybody's curious about that. This tune, we're going to count it kind of with an A section and a B section. So your A section, you're going to have 16 counts of kind of the same tune, 8 counts, and then a repeat. And then for the B count, you're going to, the B section, you're going to have a different 8 counts and then repeat that. Let's move on a little bit. Now you're going to cross over and give me 1, 1, 1. 1 on your A string, 2 ones on your D string. One more time. Right now, I'm just doing up, down, up, down, up, down before we get the tune in our head. Then we can talk about bowing a little bit. for this jig. And then let's repeat 3, 1, 1. So we've just added on a couple more notes. Let's try that one more time. Good. Now we're going to go back up to our A string and we're going to walk your fingers down. 1, open, 3, 2. Try that. 1 on your A string, open, third finger on your D string, and then a high 2. Adding that in with the beginning, starting with your 1 finger. Walk it down. High 2. Remember to keep your 2s nice and high. Let's try it one more time. Now we're going to start in with a new section. Starting with your high 2, you're going to go 2, open, open. Try that just a couple times. We're going really slowly just so everyone can get a good handle on this tune. So far what we've learned is let's try that together, slowing it down just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1. Now walking down the ladder. 1, open, 3, 2, open, open. Really nice and slow. Here we go. Very nice. One more time, then we're going to move on. Now, going up to our open string, you're going to go A, D, D. You're tacking that on right after your 2, open, open. Try that. 2, open, 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 open. Good. One more time. From the beginning. Again from the beginning. Now we're going to go all the way up on our A string. 3, 2, 3, 1, open, 3. I'm sorry, 3, 2, 3, open, 3, 1. Ready? And you're going to have high 2s, both on your A string and on your D string for this part. 3, 2, 3, open, 3, 2. Let's try to add that to the beginning. So we've started with our almost done with the A section of this light jig. One more time. We'll do it slow, even slower than that time, and then let's speed it up just a little bit. Now let's try to speed that up just a little bit. So if you guys want to write this down, our goal is to try to get this tune up to a quarter note at 115. That way it's fast enough for an Irish dancer to dance a jig to this tune. When it's at 115, it's going to sound a little bit like this. So that's kind of our goal, is to get it that quick so somebody would be able to dance to it. Let's try to finish up this A section first. We started with this. Walking down. Good. Now we're going to go back to kind of the beginning theme. So again, that's 3 1 1 1 1 1 3 1 1 1. We're almost done with this A section. Let's go back to the beginning. Part of learning Irish fiddle is really just repeating it over and over until you know the tune by heart, you know it in your brain, you know it in your feet, then your fingers will start to know it too. From the beginning. Back to the beginning. Now how we're going to end it, we're going to go up to our high 2. And then 3, 2, 3. Now open. 3, 2, 3. One more time. And end it with 3 1s. So it's going to sound like this. We just did the. Now going up to our high 2. 3, 2, 3. Open. 3, 2. And to end it, 3, 1, 1, 1. So the whole tune, listen one time. The A section of Swallowtail is going to sound like this. I'm going to keep doing it slow. Let's try it slowly from the beginning. 1, 2, ready and go. One more time. Ready and go. Good. All right. So that is the very bare bones of the A section of the Swallowtail Jig. So I have this really great quote that I really love by Kevin Burke. And it says, an Irish tune, when written, is usually kept quite simple, a skeleton version, and it's up to players to flesh it out with their own ideas, variations, ornaments, etc. Because the tunes often change from player to player, I think the written versions are deliberately kept vague in case of being too specific allows them to become static. Changing nature of the tunes is part of the charm of this kind of music. And so what I'm giving you here is kind of the bare bones so that everyone can follow along and flesh it out. We're going to learn a couple ornamentation patterns at the end, and that way you can kind of play with the tune and really make it your own. Let's try this A section one more time, and then we're going to move on to the B section of Swallowtail. So we're starting with our one finger. 1, 2, ready and go. repeat. All right, let's learn the B section. B section is really fun. Listen one more time, then we're going to start to learn it with our finger patterns. That's the B section. So again, we're going to start on a 1 finger, but this time it's going to be on our A string. And you're going to give me with a high 2 still. 1, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Now with your open E, you're going to give me open 1, open 1, open 3, 2. Oh. One more time. And I do use my open string. I don't use the 4 finger. Because that way you can kind of hit it, give it a nice harsh little ornamentation there. And it does sound good with an open string. From the top of the B section, 1, 1, 2, 3, open, 1, open, 1, open, 3, 2. Ready and go. Now we're going to kind of do it again. But that time we're only going to do 1, open, 3, 2, 3. It's going to end a little different. So this is the top of the B. Now you're going to go 1, 2, 3, open, 1, open, 3, 2, 3. Good. Try that one more time. 1, 2, 3, open, 1, open, 3, 2, 3. Good. From the top of the B. One more time. Now we're going to start it as if we're starting the B section over again. It's going to repeat a little bit. So you kind of have, you have that first. You have 1 long open second. And then you have 1 more open 1 for the 3rd time. Let's try the B section up till there. We're almost done with the B section. Nice. One more time. Now to end it, you're going to go 3, 1, 3, 3, 2, 3. And then you're going to go to your open A. Try that just a few times to get it. And now with your D string, 3, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1. So the ending, 3, 2, 3, open, 3, 2. Try that. 3, 2, 3, open, 3, 2. And then 3, 1, 1, 1 to end it. That's the B section. Let's try it. Whole B section. section. All right, what I want to do now is go all the way back to the A section, play the A section twice through, and then the B section twice through. And that is how to play a proper swallowtail jig. So what you're going to do if you play for a dancer, we're not going to do this right now, but you're going to give them an 8-bar intro so they can know the speed and know when to come in. After you give your dancer an 8-bar intro, then you start 2 times on the A section, 2 times on the B section, and then you're done. Let's try it. Twice on the A section, twice on the B section. Swallowtail jig. So remember, we're starting on a 1 finger. I'm choking my bow up just a little. And you do what bowings come naturally to you. What I do, up, down. That's kind of what I do naturally with this tune. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And then for this part, I do separate bows. It helps kind of emphasize a little bit. Starting from the top of the tune. Good. All right, I'm going to get out my metronome, and we're going to try this at 1:15. This would be a proper dancing speed, and this is what we're shooting for here. All right, so we're in 6/8 time. Do 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 do. Ready and go. All right, that's the tune. That's the swallowtail jig. That is your light jig, remember? And now I think I want to talk about some ornamentation. So that's the bones, that's the skeleton of your jig. And now you get to choose where to put in your ornamentation. So I'm going to start with a roll. A roll is kind of an ornamentation that's really, really noticeable in Irish dancing. So what I'm doing is I'm starting on my 1, and I'm going 1, 3, 1, open, 1. And how I'm hitting this is I'm hitting it all down bow except for the last note. I'm swiping up. You want your 3rd finger to strike as quickly as it can. So this is something you start to try slow, and then you generally speed it up and speed it up. So I could start as this. So the emphasis is kind of on that, and then the last. That's how you do it starting on your 1st finger. You're not always on your 1st finger whenever you want to do a roll. So if you're on your 2nd finger, you're going to try it like this. 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. Right now I'm using a high 2. 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. And that's starting with your second finger. Starting with your third finger, it's going to be pretty much what you imagine. Start with your third, go to your fourth, 3, 2, 3. So that's something to start kind of slowly, getting the hang of it. Just like that. The only time that we kind of break the pattern of, you know, going up the ladder and down the ladder is whenever you start with your third finger, you go 3, 1, 3, 1, open 1. Everything else, you're kind of going up and down with your fingers. Then the second one, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. Third one, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. So that's called the roll. Another ornamentation I like to do, especially at the beginning of swallowtail jig, is a slide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on a low one, and I'm going to slide my way up to an E. Pretty much from an E flat to an E. That ornamentation is oftentimes used either at the beginning of a tune or the beginning of one of your 8 counts. So the beginning of your A section, or it could be at the beginning of a B section. And it's kind of more effective if you do it on a long note, not something you have to turn around and do really quickly. So if you have a long note, hit it with the slide. That sounds really fun too. Let's see what else. Another one I like to do is a crunch with your bow. Crunch down really hard. If you have something hard to hit, make a little crunch. It goes a long way. It sounds kind of funny just by itself, but a crunch is a really nice Irish fiddle ornamentation. So we have our rolls, a slide, and a crunch. Those are 3 of my very favorite ornamentations. And you have the freedom of putting those wherever you wish. All right, the last thing I wanted to do today was I'm going to teach you my favorite slip jig. So a slip jig in the Irish music world and the Irish dance world is it's a jig in 9/8 time, and you're going to kind of want to play this at 113 or 122 if you're playing it for an Irish dancer. And how you count it, I count it in 5s. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with a big emphasis on the 1. So try that just a couple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that really helps you kind of get in the mindset of what this time is going to be. So one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the jig tune I want to learn today is called the Butterfly. And this one has an A, B, and C section. So you're going to do twice A, twice B, and twice C. So it's going to sound like this when it's all done. And then you can start all the way over. So let's start with this slip jig. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 driving you forward with this slip jig. So we're going to start with a 1 finger on our A string. Again, my bow is still choked up. Try it out just for today if you want to. And I think I'm staying kind of in the middle of my bow, right at its balance point. Makes it comfy to kind of do that fast jigs and all those ornamentations right at the balance point of your bow. So let's start. I'm going to start with a nut bow. You're going to go 1, 1, 3, 1, high 2. Try that. 1, 1, 3, 1, high 2. Ready and go. Good. Now the next part, you're going to do the kind of the same thing. 1, 1, 3, 1, and now you're going to start at your 2 and walk all the way down. So good. Try it again. 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, open. Try that. So this slip jig is kind of slow enough that if you want to add some ornamentations, it's so easy to do that, and it sounds so lovely too. This is a very graceful tune. This is one of the Irish dances that only girls dance, and it's danced in soft shoe, and it's very light, balletic, and very graceful. So the tune should be graceful as well. Let's try that a few times. 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, open. Ready? Try it again. And now you're going to go back to the beginning. 1, 1, 3, 1, 2. That's going to repeat. So that's your next section. Altogether, it's going to sound like this. So you have the beginning, the middle, where you go 2 and walk all the way down, and then the beginning again, repeats. Now the ending. You're going to go from your 1, 1, 3, 3, 1 again, 1, 3, 3, 1, open, 2, open. And that's how it ends. That ending kind of leaves it open to go right back to it again. It's a really nice unresolved ending that leads back to the beginning. It's really pretty. From the beginning. Now we do it again. Just like that. That is the skeleton of the butterfly slip jig. So what I do for ornamentation, let's see what I do. I do kind of a little grace note there. 2, 1, 2. And hit it really fast, really hard. Good. Another kind of popular thing in Irish music, if you're kind of skipping a note, let's say you're going from a 1 to a 3, like that. Add in a 2 for a grace note. That gives it just a little something extra. So right now, all I'm doing is adding in a couple grace notes. Real nice and easy. Let's try it again. Just like that. All right, let's move on to the B section. Let's learn it. Starting with your 1. You're going to go 1, 3, open, 1, low, 2. This is a G natural. 1, 3, open, 1, 2. Again. 1, 3, open, 1, 2. It's going to sound a little bit similar. 1, open, 3, open, 1, 3. I'm sorry, 3, 1, open. One, open, 2, open, 3, 1, open. From the beginning of the B. Again. Now we're going to repeat a little bit. And to end it, you're going to go 3, 4. Three, 4, 3, 2, open. Open, 3, 1, open. Three, 4, 3, 2, open, 3, 2, 1. Just like that. Let's try from the top of the second, or the B. That's the B section. Then we repeat it. We just learned the A section and the B section of the butterfly slip jig. So let's review real quick before we learn the C section. You can kind of see some of the ornamentations I chose to use. Mostly, it was grace notes. I like that one a lot because I really like going from the 3 of a grace note to an open string. I think it sounds really pretty right there. All right, before we go, let's learn the C section. This is the prettiest one of all, I think. So this one goes like this. So we're going to be mostly working on the A string right here. So starting on your one. We're going to go 1, 1, 1, open 3. Whenever you have so many repeating notes, that is a good opportunity for an ornamentation right there. Let's try that. 1, 1, 1, open 3, open 1, 1, 1. Now we're going to go open 1, 3, 1, open. One more time there. Now we're going to kind of repeat it. One more time. 1, 1, 1, open 3, open 1. Now we're going to go 3, 2, open 3, 1, open. So it sounds like this. Open 2, low 2, open 3, 1, open. One, 3, 2, open 1, open 1, open. So this one also ends unresolved. So your job is to resolve it at the end. So this is the C section one more time. It's going to end on an A, so that's not a very nice resolution. So my solution is to kind of do a slide back up to the B. Kind of keeps in with that moody sound. That's how I resolve this butterfly. One more time with the C section, and then I want to do the whole entire thing. So 1, 1, 1, open 3, open 1, 1, 1, open 3, 1. Ready and go. Sometimes I hit it with vibrato if I'm feeling fancy. Today, I'm feeling fancy. All right. Butterfly slip jig. Let's try the whole thing one time through. Thank you for tuning in and following along with these jigs. I hope you learned something. Hope you learned something about ornamentation and Irish music. Here's the butterfly, starting with your one. Ready and go. Thank you everyone for coming to this. Once again, my name's Annie Stark. I'm with the band Jump 2-3. And we learned today Swallowtail Jig in 6/8 time, E minor. And this one, we're gonna try to play it around 1:15 for an Irish dancer. Second tune we learned was the Butterfly Slip Jig, 9/8. And we're gonna try to play this 1:22 for a beginner dancer or 1:13 for an older, more advanced dancer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for tuning into the Irish Fest workshop videos. I know we all appreciate it. Thank you very much.